कृष्णवर्णं तिशाकृष्णं साङ्गोपाङ्गास्त्रपार्षदं यज्ञैः सङ्कीर्तनप्रायैर्यजन्ति सुमेधसः अन्तः कृष्णं बहिर्गौरं दर्शिताङ्गादिवैभवं कलौ सङ्कीर्तनाद्यै स्मः कृष्णचैतन्यमाश्रिताः जयतां मथुरा भूमौ श्रीलरूपसनातनौ यौ विलेखयतस्तत्त्वं ज्ञापकौ पुस्तिकामिमां कोऽपि तद्बान्धवो भट्टो दक्षिणद्विजवंशजः विविच्य वेलिकग्रन्थं लिखिताद्वृष्टवैष्णवैः तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेकं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितं पर्यालोच्याथ पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः यः श्रीकृष्णपादाम्भोजा भजनैकाभिलाषवान् तेनैव दृश्यतामेतत् अन्यस्मै शपथोऽर्पितः श्रीमद्भागवतं श्रीमन्मन्त्रदेशिकमीश्वरम् श्रीमद्भागवतार्थानां सन्दर्भं कर्तुमाश्रये अथ नत्वा मन्त्रगुरून् गुरून् भागवतार्थदान् श्रीभागवत सन्दर्भं वश्मि लेखितुम् यस्य ब्रह्मेति संज्ञां क्वचिदपि निगमे याति चिन्मात्रसत्ता व्यंसो यस्यांशकैस्वैर्विभवति वशयन्नेव मायां पुमांश्च एकं यस्यैव रूपं विलसति परमव्योम्नि नारायणाख्यं स श्रीकृष्णो विदत्तां यः भगवान् तत्पादभाजाम्। Hare Krishna. How are you? Fine. So, shall we start? Let's start. Who will start? Teacher will start or student will start? Student has to start. Huh? Student has to ask what he wants. Then teacher will say. Yes or no? So tell what happened last class. Yes, Prabhu. Samanand Prabhu, Mike.
So Sankaracharya,
Ah.
who was told by Lord to speak against him, so he spoke against about the Lord too much. So finally he thought that this is not so good for him. So he wrote Govinda Ashtakam. When he glorified Lord, by that way he can be rectify his mistakes. In this way, he glorified the Lord, even though he was he preached about Mayabad and so Nirakarbat.
Okay. Else? Who else?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
After establishing as Srimad Bhagavatam as emperor,
Yes.
Jiva Goswami started explaining what are all the commentaries are there on the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yes.
What are available.
Yes.
And Jiva Goswami also mentioned some essay kind of literatures, that means Mukta Phala, Hari Leela, all these kind of, all the Bhagavatam works he has noted. And in that Hemadri's work, one of the Hemadri's book, Chaturvarga Chintamani. In that Parishesha Kanda, and in that Kala Nirnaya, and in between, in that also Kali Yuga Dharma Nirnaya. In these sections, in the Kali Yuga Dharma Nirnaya section, there is Srimad Bhagavatam sloka mentioned over there, which says that the Sankirtana is the yagna for Kali Yuga.
Okay. Yes. What else?
You told, bro, that Srimad Bhagavatam is, someone can tell that Bhagavatam is for Rasikas.
Yes.
Like it is stated in Nigama Kalpataru Galitam Phalam Shukhamukadam. So Rasika Bhui Bhavukaha.
Yes.
So the Bhagavatam is not for us. So then then in first canto, second chapter, third verse, yes, Svanu Bhavam, that verse is there.
Yes.
So in that Samsarinam Karunayaha Purana Guhyam. So in that Sutta Goswami,
Yes, Sutta.
Sutta Goswami tells that which is the Srimad Bhagavatam is the revealer of Atma for those desiring to cross dense ignorance with ease.
Yes.
So for the people who are samsarinam, so
materialistic
for them,
people.
yeah, materialistic people.
Yes.
So to bestow mercy upon them,
Yes.
so that they can transcend this material world. For them, it is written. And also you told that.
So what is the contrast actually? So what do you want to say from this?
So previously, previously Jiva Goswami, he quoted so many other Puranas.
No. You said Rasikaha, now you are saying Samsarinam. So what?
No, someone can tell that Bhagavatam is only for Rasikas.
Okay.
So it is not like that. It is for both, even for liberated people also, and even for the people who are suffering in this material world.
Yes.
So that's the context.
Yes, yes.
And also you told, bro, that Srimad Bhagavatam is the book for all classes of people.
Yes, this is
like starting from
materialistic to PhDs.
PhD.
Rasikas.
Yeah. Yes, that's why he's the emperor of all Puranas.
It is also, that means it's, so
no book.
It is useful for everyone actually. So everyone has to serve this. Like emperor is served by everyone or not? Everyone will obey and everyone needs the emperor. Similarly, all the people in the whole world so has to study Srimad Bhagavatam. It's meant for everyone, without any religion, without any language, without any barrier of any countries or location. So Srimad Bhagavatam is meant for everyone actually. This is a book. So this message actually Srila Prabhupada was writing in his purports. So that's after that means hearing from the Narada. So that means Narada is finally actually saying to Vasudev. So this is a Bhagavatam, is the message should be so propagated everywhere actually. And it is meant for everyone, for all the kinds of the jivas. It can satisfy all the kinds of the jivas. So that is our goal actually. We have to establish. So why we are discussing this much, this pramana, that pramana? Just to make them everyone to accept so wholeheartedly Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the goal actually. That is the goal of Tattva Sandarbha classes. For our class also, that is the goal. What else? Yes, Prabhu.
Shankaracharya was fearful of touching Srimad Bhagavatam and writing commentary on that, even though he preached Advaita philosophy based on Brahma Sutra. But one of his disciples started writing Punyaranya based on Advaita philosophy, commentary on Bhagavatam. So in order to save the Vaishnavas, so immediately Madhvacharya wrote Bhagavata Tattva Nirnaya. Because otherwise Vaishnava devotees who are reading Bhagavatam also will get infected by the Advaita philosophy.
Yes. So that's why. What are the various commentaries available on Bhagavatam? Anumad Bhashya, Tantra Bhagavatam. Tantra Bhagavatam is the first book actually. It's a very old commentary on the Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why you'll be seeing Sukha and Tantra. So sometimes you'll be seeing the Krama Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami used to quote this. Okay. So next. Anything else?
So you told one more thing, Prabhu.
Sachadev Prabhu, what do you want to say?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji,
Hare
you also, yeah, Hare Krishna. You also discussed about that Tanmatra Varnita.
Tanmatra?
Varnita.
Yes.
Yeah, where you said that all these are only available in Srimad Bhagavatam, all the Leelas, and not any other book.
And
Then
this,
you also,
particularly this Vrajeshwari, that is Darshana Kruta Vrajeshwari Vismaya. So Mother Yashoda is getting astonishment. So this Leela you will be seeing in Srimad Bhagavatam only.
yeah, then you also said about Kutarkas. That is, those people who are having crooked logic.
Yes.
Kutarka Karkas or something like that. Yeah. Then you also said about the Tattva, that is that Bhagavad Tatparaya Nirnaya, that was written by Madhavacharya, and why it was written and how it came to be written about.
Yes.
And then you also said about Madhavacharya that his guru became his disciple.
Yes.
And you gave the
he was initially in the Madhva. Madhvacharya was also in the Advaita line, but after that, by seeing the Srimad Bhagavatam, so he became he turned into the Vaishnava philosophy.
The Achyuta Preksha, that one.
Yes.
And then you said then Prabhuji, you said in the end that all this what we have studied is outside Srimad Bhagavatam, and now we will enter into Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go further. From here, na? Srimad Bhagavatam tu sarvamatanam adhisha rupam iti suchakam. Sarvamuninam sabha madhyam adhyasya madhyam adhyasya upadeshtrutvena tesham sarvamuninam gurutvam api tasya tatra suvyaktam. It is implied that the philosophy of Bhagavatam is the king of all philosophies, presiding over assembly of all sages. By teaching the Bhagavatam, Sukadeva became the guru of all the sages. His role as guru of them all is also clear in the following. What happened on that day? You remember or not? So in the first canto we were discussing. Once upon a time, all these sages, so they were gathering at one place. So in that assembly, so many sages are there, and Parikshit was within a great difficulty. He was having a problem. He is now about to live his life within 7 days. So now what should be done? So who is going to decide? Who is going to decide? There are so many sages who are expert in the various kinds of the shastras. Someone is expert in the Ayurveda, someone is expert in the Dharma Shastra, someone is expert in the Agama Shastra, someone is expert in the Smriti, someone is expert in the Purana, someone is expert in the Vedanga, someone is expert in the Samhita, someone is expert in the Brahmanas, someone is expert in the Aranyakas, Upanishads, like this. So many sages and their disciples, their followers, all together they are at one place and they are expert in their respective fields. So now their king, that means he is dear to everyone, and that's why all of them came there. And now it is a time to decide what should be done by the Parikshit Maharaj before leaving his body. What is the most and important thing, such a way that can be performed in these 7 days? So who is going to decide among all these sages, and whose expertise is useful to decide this? What we have, whose philosophy we should take now? It means whose expertise means whose philosophy we should take and make this, get this solution. So for this problem, for the Parikshit Maharaj's problem, so that everyone is keep on discussing what should be done, what should be done. It's a great difficulty, you know. Their king is about to leave within 7 days. So see, you can understand actually the situation, how it was. So serious actually. We always study this with laughing, but actually, situation, if you go inside, it's so severe actually, serious. Their king is about to leave them, their emperor. So we'll be seeing there. So one young boy is coming. That means he was like Avadhuta. He's in the Avadhuta Vesha. And he was chased by the little boys, village boys. They were chasing him with stones. And but he is completely so not conscious of those things. And whenever he entered into that assembly, immediately all the sages at one time, they stood up out of respect. And that great sage is Sukadeva Goswami. And he is the youngest among all of them. He is a very young boy. And everyone just unanimously accepted him as their leader to decide and to make here. So Parikshit, the most and crucial thing before leaving the body. So he was going to explain what should be done and what should be heard. And you should understand from this whole scene what is the greatness of the Sukadeva Goswami. Why the Sukadeva Goswami got that kind of importance? Because of he is with the what? What knowledge? He is with the knowledge of Bhagavatam. That's why. So that is only the today's discussion. We'll be seeing all the philosophies. They are just, what is that? Sarva Matanam Adhisha Rupam. This, the philosophy of Srimad Bhagavatam is the Ishvara. That means is the master for all the other philosophies. What is the meaning of this? Is a master means? Is a king means? This Bhagavatam, philosophy of Bhagavatam is a king. Means is the Isha. And they are all servants. If Srimad Bhagavatam says, everyone has to follow. If anything is problem with the other, Srimad Bhagavatam will come and solve. You understood now what is the relation between the king and the servants? How they are servants serving and king is leading. We already understood. How many points are there? 6 points. The 6 points only, na? 5 or 6? 6. 6 points. You should not forget these 6 points. Because we are all servants. We are all also developing these 6 in our nature. And our king is Krishna. Supreme Lord Krishna. and we are all servants. It means whoever is master, he is king. Your spiritual master and also your supreme Lord. So that's why all the philosophies, they are just servants, and he, the Isha, is a controller and they are followers. Now we are not going to deal the each and every point, that already you all know. So this, how you can say it is a king, it is a Isha, you can see from the this incident of the Parikshit Maharaj. Sarva muninam sabha madhyam adhyasya upadeshtutvena tesham gurutvamapi tasya tatra suchakam suvektavyam. Tesham gurutvam. Sukadev became the guru of all. And Sarva muninam sabha madhyam. So among all the sages, Sukadeva Goswami was selected to sit on the Vashasana. My dear boy, my dear master, you sit. Even the great sage, his father, his grand guru, grand guru, and all are there. But all of them just, my dear, you should sit. You are the right person. So that means Tesham Gurutvam. He became Guru for everyone. Tasya Tatra. This, maybe Vasudev might be knowing the so many other scriptures, and the Narada also maybe. But Sukadeva Goswami knows only one scripture he practiced in this life. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. Is meant for what? Srimad Bhagavatam. Enough. Srimad Bhagavatam is enough. No need of knowing other scriptures. If you are knowing the Srimad Bhagavatam, is enough actually. You are knowing everything. It's the sun. It's a Purana Arkaha. It will show all the objects in your life. All the various small goals, everything you can see. What is the highest goal and what is the inferior goals. So it's like Arka. It can show everything. So Sukadeva Goswami was accepted as Upadeshta. Upadeshta means he is the speaker. He will be the speaker for all of them. Everyone accepted him as the speaker and accepted he as Guru. Guru means what? Is more heavy. He is Guru to all. See, who are there in that assembly? You want to know? This is from the so many sages. So because we should know, because these sages are expert in the various other fields. Tatropajagmur bhuvanam punana mahanu. Tatropajagmur bhuvanam punana mahanu bhava munayasasish. What is that chanda? Tatropajagmurбhuvanam punana mahanubhava munayasa sishya prayena tirtha bigamapadeshay swayam hi tirthani punanti santaha atrirvasishtascha vanasharadvan Arishtine bhugurangira angirascha Parasharo gadhisutotaraga uthatya indra pramadedma bahau medhatidir devala arstisheno bharadvajo Gautamah Pippaladaha Maitreya Aurvana Kavasha Kambayo Yonir Dvaipayano Bhagavan Naradascha Anye cha Devarshir Brahmarshivarya Rajarshivarya Arunadayascha Nanarsheya Pravaran Sametan Abhyarcha Raja Sirasa Vavande Sukopavishteshvadateshu Bhuya Kruta Pranama Swachikiršitam Yad Vignapayamasa Vivikta Cheta Upastito Gre Nigruthita Panihi. So now we are seeing how the Sukadeva Goswami was accepted as the guru for all other sages, and also how the Srimad Bhagavatam was as accepted among by the all these. So noble-minded sages who purify the world came along with their disciples to see Parikshit there on the pretext of visiting a holy place. The devotees, being holy places personified, actually purify the holy places. Atri, Vasishta, Chavana, Sharadvan, Aristinemi, Bhrugu, Angiras, Parashara, Vishwamitra, Parasurama, Utatya, Indrapramada, Subhahu, Methathiti, Devala, Aristishena, Bharadwaja, Gautama, Pippalada, Maitreya, Aurava, Kavasha, Agastya, Vyasa, and Narada came there. Many are there, but if you write all the names, then Bhagavatam will be the names only. That's it. He didn't write. Other exalted sages among the Devatas, sages of the great penance, sages among the kings, and Arunas also came. Welcoming the best of sages, the king bowed his head. When they were all comfortably seated, standing in front of them with pure heart and folded hands, he again offered respects and inquired from them concerning what he wanted, what he has to do, what he wanted to do. Okay. Okay, all these sages are in that assembly. Now Parishit Maharaj welcoming them and making them to sit nice in a sitting place. Then after that, so when they sat nicely, so he was having the folded hands and he is requesting them. So what he should do now? Ityadyanantaram, after this, ततश्च वः पृच्छ्यमिदं विपृच्छे वृषभ्य विप्रा इति कृत्यतायां सर्वात्मना म्रियमाणैश्च कृत्यं शुद्धं च तत्रामृताभियुक्ताः. O Brahmanas, after believing you, I ask what should be asked with regards to what should be done. You all think about duty to be done, which is pure by people about to die. By all means. Huh? What happened? What happened, Seva? Mahaseva, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Prabhuji, so what I am understanding is like because Vyasadeva has got this knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam in the Samadhi. So is it that because of the actual incidents which is happening now when Shukadeva Goswami is arriving and all these things is already written in Srimad Bhagavatam? That is one first question.
Yes, Prabhu. Your understanding is absolutely right.
Okay. And the second question is, Prabhuji, this is like little difficult to understand that although Vedavyasa has himself taught and written Srimad Bhagavatam, yes, you gave one explanation that because he knows many things, but Shukadeva Goswami knows only Srimad Bhagavatam. Still, it is like little difficult because he is the author of Srimad Bhagavatam. Still, like Shukadeva Goswami knows more than him. So this, if you little bit you can throw light.
Sukadeva Goswami knows more than them, it's not said. Okay. But Sukadeva Goswami delivered more sweetly.
Okay.
It's coming from his mouth. Sukhamukha amruta drama samyutam. So like any, so this Goa, in the villages, we'll be having the Goa trees. So that parrot is coming and it is just eating little bit. Then it will become round, that is a reddish, it will become reddish. So then if you eat that, it will become there, it will be more sweet compared to other fruit. If you take this Goa, which is eaten by the Sukha, so it will become more sweet. So anyone have experience of that? Yes. Okay, that's good. So, so like this, since it is coming from the mouth of the Sukadeva Goswami, so that's why it is coming from the pure heart actually. So that's why it will be more, that means reflecting its purity, and it will be transforming the people's heart. Same Bhagavatam as it is, if it is coming from the any materialistic person who is doing the business on the Srimad Bhagavatam just for the sake of money. So someone is doing the Bhagavad Katha. If we hear from him the same words and same, but what is Prabhupada was writing in the purport? It is like the poison actually. When the milk is touched by the leaks of the serpent, then that milk is also, of course, it is a milk. It looks like milk, but if we drink, then that will become poison actually. So that is the difference between the hearing from the pure devotee and hearing from the some materialistic person. So since of the this Sukadeva Goswami's devotion, so that's why it is, so is completely nirdhuta kashaya. So we are seeing the example. Sukadeva Goswami is example for what? Among the sages, he is the nirdhuta kasha. He is completely freed and he is having the love towards the Lord. So that's why, so one, by hearing from him, it is becoming the more and more, that means is tasteful actually. Sukha mukad amrita drava samyutam. That's why they are all opted. And everyone felt, even Guru and Paramaguru, both, Sukadeva, Vyasdeva and Narada, even they were hearing. So it is, they are also feeling such a way. So first time they are hearing, and even they know everything. So they are hearing that it's more taste than what they heard previously. This is.
Yes, wonderful explanation. Thank you.
Thank you, bro. It's not my explanation, it's there in the who am I actually? I'm just repeating, it is there in the book. So here, oh Brahmanas, what Parikshit is asking? Shamanand Prabhu, he is asking, oh Brahmanas, after believing you, I ask what should be asked with regards to what should be done. So what he is asking? He is asking what should be asked in the regarding of what should be done. You are getting? Petambar Chaitanya Prabhu. You are still in the weakness. Your active participation is wanted by all of us. So, okay, anyway, Govardhan is purifying. So he's asking, Parikshit Maharaj asking, please tell me us what should be inquired. The person about to die, in his case, what should be inquired about, what should be done. Iti krutyatam means what should be done. So prucham, that means what should be asked. That I am asking. That means what should I inquire about the things should be done at the time of death. Next, after asking this, iti pruchati ragni, he asked this, then what happened? Next, Tatra abhavat तत्राभवत् भगवान् व्यासपुत्रो यदृच्छया गामटमानो नपेक्षः अलक्ष्यलिङ्गो निजलाभतुष्टो वृतश्च बालैरवधूतवेषः ततश्च प्रत्युतास्ते मुनयः स्वासनेभ्यः इत्याद्यन्ते. Then after that, so first there is assembly of the various sages, and Parikshit received them nicely. He made them to sit. Then after that, he once again folded with hands. He offered obeisances to them. Then after that, he asked them what should be inquired about the things should be done by the people who are about to die. So then after that, by this meanwhile, what happened? Tatra abhavat Bhagavan Vyasaputraha. While it is happening, so whole this is happening, then suddenly Tatra abhavat Bhagavan Vyasaputraha Yadruchaya. Devotees are Yadruchikaha. Devotion is Yadruchika, and devotees association is also Yadruchika. Devotees, devotion, and devotees association all are causeless. Devotees, where they go, so like Narada, he is going on. Is he having any purpose? Is he having any, that means motivation? No. He is keep on dwelling outside and inside of this universe. Anywhere, everywhere he is having the freedom to go. If you want to get the real freedom, you should become devotee. That is the real point actually. So that means they can go, devotees they go to anywhere. That's why their association. That means getting the association of devotion is causeless. Who will get, when they will get, nobody knows. And the devotees are also, they give their mercy. Even they may go different places. That means where they go, nobody can guess. And after going, to whom they give their mercy, that is also causeless. They don't have any condition. Yes. And bhakti is also causeless. Bhakti is also causeless. We are not doing bhakti for any purpose. We are doing bhakti for bhakti purpose. There is no purpose. Why we are doing bhakti? Is there any purpose behind this? You want to become the king, or you want to become the, that means going to the Goloka. This is the purpose of the bhakti you are doing. Then after going Goloka, you should leave bhakti. Then purpose is all, no? Then that is not useful. Why we are doing bhakti? We are doing bhakti for bhakti. So bhakti is also causeless. Causeless means ahaituki, phalanusandhana rahita. We are not so linking bhakti with any some particular object or the goal. We are doing bhakti for the bhakti sake. That means that is our constitutional position. That is our natural position. So like it's the sahaja dharma, natural dharma. Like water flows. Water flows. It's a dharma, that is. Wind also flows. It's a dharma. It's dharma. Why wind is flowing? It's flowing. It's a dharma, that is natural dharma. Like that, what is the natural dharma of every living entity? Is the bhakti. Yes. So that's why bhakti is also yadruchika. Yadruchiki is causeless. So that's why Sukadeva Goswami is going like this different places, and he's keep on singing the glories of the Lord. And people are, whoever is receiving those names, they are all becoming the devotees. Like this, he's keep on going. Various towns and villages. Gam atamanaha anapekshaha. Anapekshaha, that means he doesn't have any upeksha. That means apeksha. He doesn't have any apeksha. Apeksha means any motivation, any purpose. Anapekshaha. Just he is causelessly is moving and to distribute the mercy. Alakshalingo nijalabha tushtaha. Nijalabha tushtaha. And also So Alakshalingaha, he doesn't have any particular ashram. He is Avaduta. He is a Paramahamsa. He is beyond the 4 ashrams, and he doesn't have any rules to regulations to follow. Sukadeva Goswami doesn't have any ashram rules. Oh, he is sannyasi, should follow these rules. And he is a brahmachari, should follow these rules. Is it like that? No. He is beyond all the ashrams and he is beyond all the varnas. He is a Paramahamsa. Alakshalingaha Nijalabhatushtaha. Next word. He is satisfied. Nijalabha. That means he is satisfied with his devotion, which is there in his heart. He doesn't need to search anything outside. He doesn't need to go and find the something and get happiness. No. We are always just searching for the happiness on the objects. Oh, this is summer is coming without AC. We are not happy. So that's why we are. If AC is not there, then we'll do the hartal. Prabhu, in the ashram, AC is not there. What is this? So like this. So he doesn't have anything, any is unconditional actually, is completely out of conditions. Nijalabhatushtaha vratascha balairavaduta veshaha. So what is his dress code? His dress code is avaduta veshaha. So wearing discarded clothes. So that means what is there and what is not there, he is not bothered on his body. Avaduta veshaha balair Vratascha, he was surrounded by the small boys. All these small boys, 5 years, 10 years old boys, all are just, hey. So like this, they are just surrounded to him. He's keep on walking. Small boys, they don't know what he is. His greatness, they don't know actually. They are ignorant actually of the glory of the Sukadeva Goswami. They are all just running behind him. Suvratascha Tatra Abhavat, he appeared there in that assembly. Why he came? Did he came? That means, oh, Parikshit is there and now he is in the suffering. Those I have to go and teach. With that purpose he came. Make me, my dear king, you make me the speaker and you make me to sit on the Vyasasana like that. Nothing actually. Alakshalinga. Anapekshaha. He doesn't have any motivation. Just he is roaming and he came there. And everyone said, Are, so this great. Then what happened? Itya tatascha pratyuttitaste munayaha swa asanebhyaha. All the sages pratyuttitaha. That means everyone stood up immediately by seeing the great personality Sukadeva Goswami. Munayaha swa asanebhyaha. From their respective seats, everyone stood up. Everyone means everyone. Vyasdev also. इत्याद्यन्ते सा संवृतस्तत्र महान् महीयसां ब्रह्मर्षि राजर्षि सुरर्षि वर्यैः वैरोचतालं भगवान् यतेन्दुर्ग्रह ग्रहर्क्षतारानिकरैः परीतः. So then, Ityadyanti, finally what? Saha samvrutaha tatra mahan mahiyasam brahmarshi rajarshi surarshi varyaihi verochetalam bhagavan yatenduhu graharksha tara nikaraihi paritaha. So then the greatest among the great, Sukadeva Goswami, seated there, surrounded by the crowd of the sages among the Brahmanas, sages and kings, and sages among the Devatas, shone like the moon, surrounded by groups of the planets, constellations, and stars. So Sukadeva Goswami was sitting on the Vyasasan. Mahan Mahiyasam. He is the great among the greatest among the great. Yes, so Mahan Mahiyasam Sasamvrutaha Tatra. He was surrounded by whom? Brahmarshi, Rajarshi, Surarshi Varyaihi. The best among the Brahmarshis, the best among the Rajarshis, best among the Surarshis. All. Who is the Brahmarshi? No. Brahmarshi is Vyasa. Rajarshi? Narada Rajarshi. Kings who became, so example is Rajarshi, Vishwamitra. And Surarshi, Devarshi. No. Varyaha. That means example we are giving. So best among all these, they all surrounding Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami was sitting on Vyasasan and all the different great sages sitting. How it is looking whole scene? It's like a moon. Moon is surrounded by the some little stars and different small planets. If you see in the sky, there are various planets and stars, constellations. They are surrounding the moon, and the moon is brightly, it is shining. The same way Sukadeva Goswami was shining like that among all these sages. So this all the glories to whom? All glories to Srimad Bhagavatam. All glories to Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the just mercy of Srimad Bhagavatam. अत्र यद्यपि तत्र श्रीव्यास नारदौ तस्यापि गुरु परमगुरु तथापि पुनस्तन्मुखनिसृतं श्रीभागवतं तयोरपि आश्रितचरमिव जातम् इत्येवं श्रीशुकः तावद् उपदिदेश देश्यम् इत्यभिप्रायः. Even though Narada and Vyasa are Sukadeva Goswami's guru and paramaguru respectively, still for them Srimad Bhagavatam, which released from the mouth of the Sukadeva Goswami, appeared as if it was not heard previously. In this way, Sukadeva Goswami spoke the Bhagavatam to them, Deshyam. So that is said, Sukamukadamrita Drava Samyutam Bhagavatam, from the mouth of the Sukadeva Goswami becomes sweet and liquid. Okay? Here it is saying, when Sukadeva Goswami started speaking Bhagavatam, all the sages very carefully and with great attention and with love, they started hearing. So when they are hearing, that means especially Vyasa and Narada, they are the Guru and Paramaguru of the Sukadeva Goswami, they were also relishing this. It's not that this is an old movie and I saw and it's finished. So it's not like that. Generally what we do, if anyone watch the movie, that's Leelas, the hero-heroine's Leelas. So then after that, so next time if they are seeing, then how they feel? It's a boring actually. Yes, Nam Sankirtan Prabhu? No. Yes. Okay. So this kind of experience they didn't get. They are getting such an experience that even it is looking very new. Even they know everything, but it's looking very new. Yaduktam sukamukadamruta drava samyutam. Because which is released from the mouth of the sukha, it will become very nectarian sweet. Next. Tasmadevamapi Sri Bhagavatasyeva Sarvadikhyam. That means from this whole scene, what you should understand, even there are so many experts are there in various scriptures, various fields of the Vedic knowledge, but which is given, that means the throne is given to whom? The Vyasasana is given to whom? Is given to the Bhagavatam actually. That's why it is establishing the philosophy of Srimad Bhagavatam is the king among all the other philosophies. Matsyadinam yat puranaadikyam sruyate tattu apekshikam iti aho kim bahuna Sri Krishna Pratinidhi Rupame Vedam Yata Uktam Pratamaskande Krishne Swadhamopagate Dharma Gnana Dibhisaha Kalau Nashtadrishamesha Puranarko Dhunodita. Sometimes we hear Matsya Purana is also great Purana, is a best among the Puranas. They are the good among the Puranas, not best. Is a good among the Puranas. Purana Adikyam. Like this we hear. But what is this? So whatever our superiority of the Matsya Purana we hear sometimes, that is only relative only. Relative to other Puranas it is good, but it's not really better than the Srimad Bhagavatam. Is that relatively it is good. Are what to speak? Aho kim bahuna. So Jiva Goswami is saying, Are what to speak? So much I said about the Bhagavatam. Kim bahuna? Aur kya bolun? What should I speak? Sri Krishna Pratinidhi Rupameva idam. This is representative of the Krishna. Representative means what? When you are not there, then you are appointing someone in your absence to just represent that meeting or anything. Similarly, when Lord is going back to his abode, so Krishna Swadhamopagate, that means, so while he was going back to his abode, so he kept someone as his representative. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna Swadhamopagate Dharma Gnana Adibhi Saha. That means Krishna was going back to his abode along with the Dharma and Gnana. Then what? Kalau Nashtadrishamesha Puranarka Dhunoditaha. Arko Dhunoditaha. So not just to give the vision for the people who are in this Kali Yuga. So for that purpose, this Purana is appearing. Lord is going, Purana is appearing. Means, so when he was absent, so it is representing, it is coming. Means it is a representative. Like while you are going out from any seminar or anything, you are keeping your secretary as your representative. Like this. Iti atayeva sarva gunayuktatvam asyaiva drishtam. So that's why it is a representative of the Lord. That's why Lord is dharmantu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Lord is defining the dharma. Lord is everything. So that's why we are also seeing in the representative also is having the same qualities like Lord. So dharma projita kaitavotra ityadina. So in this book, it is purely describing about the pure dharma, which is free from the materialistic dharma, varnashrama dharma. Projita kaitavaha. Okay. These are all we recently covered in those books. Everyone is following or not? Vedaha Puranam Kavyam cha Prabhu Mitram Priyeva cha Bodhayanti ti Prahus Trivrid Bhagavatam Punaha Iti Mukta Fale Hemadrikara Vachanena cha. What is said? Vedaha Purananam Kavyam cha Prabhu Mitram Priya Eva cha. Vedas are like how? They are like master. Puranas are friend. Kavya is lover. That means they give their instructions in that passion, in that fashion. That kind of fashion they give. So Vedas like master, they dictate, hey, you have to do this, you have to do this. So it dictates to everyone. And Ejayata Sarga Kamaha. If you want to go to, if you are desiring the Sarga, you should do the Yajna. Like that. Vedas are like Prabhu, master. And Puranas like friend. I don't know the statement for this. Puranas are like friend. And this Kavya, various Kavya Granthas like Ramayana and others, is a Kavyam actually. Some Puranas are also Kavyam only. Some Gadya also is mixed sometimes in the Puranas. Kavyam is completely poetry. So in the poetry, especially Ramayanam, so in these things, so they are like a lover. How lover give, if lover wants to give any task to you, how he gives or she gives. So it's with love, without any pain. And how, if any friend he wants to give any service to you, how he gives? He requests and he just with respect. He gives with respect. Master, he commands. Friend with respect. Lover with love. And what about Bhagavatam? All of these. It is having all the features. Sometimes it is master and friend and also lover. All the features are there with the Bhagavatam. Tasmat मन्यन्तां वा केचित् पुराणान्तरेषु वेदसापेक्षत्वं श्रीभागवते तु तथा संभावना स्वयमेव लब्धं भवति. Therefore, some may consider that other Puranas dependent on the Vedas. But in the case of Bhagavatam, that kind of possibility is naturally rejected. This is found easily in it. Therefore, it is a form of highest Shruti. Actually, we see Veda Sapekshatvam. Puranantareshu Veda Sapekshatvam means Vedasya Sapekshatvam. So, Puranas are, we see other Puranas are. What is this statement actually? Yeah. Kechit, that means some people they consider. It's not the universal fact. Kechit manyantam. That means some people they consider that other Puranas are dependent on the Vedas. But in the case of Srimad Bhagavatam, how? It is not like that. Sri Bhagavate tu tatha sambhavana swayameva labdham bhavati. Swayameva nirasta iti api swayameva labdham bhavati. This text is missing here. So in my book. So that's why. What is the text here? Sri Bhagavate tatha sambhavana swayameva nirasta. Iti api swayameva labdham bhavati. Yes. So that means in the case of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is not like that. So in the summer season, hotness is increasing and also drowsiness keep on increasing and little feeling. Class is also going little slow and no brain work. Only Pura Pakshi is not there. So that's why people are also. So because there is no enemy, so that's why all the people in the country, all the soldiers are sleeping actually. So everything going in favor. So why we have to do hard work? Let us sleep. So that's why you will be seeing in the all the entire Srimad Bhagavatam commentaries, anywhere, any time. So see, our acharyas, they are giving commentary. They will be raising the objection actually to wake up everyone actually. What is so, and after that they are clarifying like that. So they want to explain any text, so they do in this fashion actually. This will make actually, it's a very scientific system. This will make the people to think actually, to think in the many ways, and then it will alert your system, and also it will clear all the doubts. So since we are not asking the doubts, so the speaker himself put his, that means doubt behalf of Purva Pakshi, So for your purpose and for your easiness, actually you should put, actually whoever is hearing, they should put, but he is so kind and liberal, so he himself is putting and also giving hetu for that, and then after that he himself is refuting that. Yes. Hare Krishna Maharaj, pranam.
Pranam Prabhu. I want to propose one Purva Paksha.
Yeah, oh my God. Yes, Maharaj. Yeah.
We have a verse quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 24:313.
Yeah.
Aham vedmi shuko veti vyaso veti na veti va. So this verse raises a question about Vyasa's authority. And we understand from some Anuchedas earlier that there's no question of Vyasadeva not knowing the Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
Now this is raising some doubt. Vyaso veti na veti va.
Oh my God. So aham veti, sukho veti, vyasa veti na veti va. This is the Maharaj actually.
This is quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It doesn't.
1 second, I will note it actually. And yeah.
It doesn't give reference in the report, but it's Lord Shiva is speaking this verse.
Okay, that means aham means here Lord Shiva we should take.
Yes.
Madhya Lila, it is
24, chapter 24,
yeah.
verse 313.
313. Yeah. 313.
313.
Okay. I'll check it.
It's part of the discussion of the Atma Rama verse.
Oh, okay. We heard that means some other versions also on this. So Vyaso vetti, Sukho vetti, Raja vettina vettiva. So Tat Sarvam Aham Vedmi. So Sri Narsingha Prasadat. Like this Sridhar Swami is writing. So like this we hear actually. Vyaso vetti, Sukho vetti, Raja vettina vettiva. So means Vyasdev knows, Sukadev Goswami knows, but Parikshit may know or may not know, but I also know by the mercy of the Narsingadev, so Sri Narsingha Bhagavan. So that's why I am writing commentary on this. So like this Sridhar Swami is, so it is a statement of Sridhar Swami, like this we hear. So, and this is also one, yeah. Sridhar Swami. It is a Mangalacharan, it is there? No, it is, I don't know that. It is actually what I heard the story. So when this Sridhar Swami wrote the commentary and when he kept this his book, this manuscript in front of the Lord himself came and wrote this on behalf of our Sridhar Swami. Vyaso vetti, Sukho vetti, Raja vetti na vettiva. That's Sarvam Aham Vedmi Sri Narsingha Prasadat, like this. So I heard this kind of story from in Banaras actually. Also people they say he heard Sridhar Swami wrote the commentary on Bhagavatam in Banaras. There is a one Narsinghadev temple, still it is there. There only he was sitting and writing. But this historical things, so very confusing also. Actually, we don't know what is right and wrong until unless if we don't have the standard proof until Acharya said. So yeah. Thank you. So next. तस्मात् मन्यन्तां वा केचित् पुराणान्तरेषु सेद सापेक्षत्वं श्री भागवते तु तथा संभावना स्वयमेव निरस्ता इति अपि स्वयमेव लब्धं भवति. So Atayeva Paramasruti Rupatvam Tasya. So but the Srimad Bhagavatam is not dependent on anyone. So that is available in the Srimad Bhagavatam itself. Means Srimad Bhagavatam is said as the Paramasruti. That itself is showing that. So it is not dependent on anyone. Paramasruti, it's not simple Shruti. Paramasruti. What is that context? It is said in the Bhagavatam itself. Katam va pandaveyasya rajarshirmunina saha samvadaha samabhutata yatraisha satvati shrutihi. Satvati shrutihi. Yatra yesha satvati shrutihi. So this is where is that? How did the conversation of Parikshit with Sukadev arise? Through which this Vaishnavi Shruti appeared, essence of the Veda. Satvati Shruti means, so I think we wrote this from the commentaries of other acharyas. So Satvati, Sattvatas means who are the Sattvatas? Devotees. So Vaishnavi Shruti, like this we hear. Next, Atayat Kalu Sarvam Purana Jatam Avirbhavya. Yeah, new file. I already sent. So now new file we are shifting. That's Anuched number 17, na? 17 and 18. So by this Pramana Khanda is finished. We established Srimad Bhagavatam as the highest and as Emperor Pramana or the Emperor Scripture. That is done. Atayat kalu sarvam purana jatam avirbhavya ityadikam purvam muktam tattu pradamaskandha gata Sri Vyasa Narada samvyadenaiva prameyam. So we are all hearing that this Srimad Bhagavatam appearing after all the Puranas appearance, after the appearance of all the Puranas. This we understand from the conversation between the Narada and Vyasdev, which was in the first canto. Yes, and this should be known. So Tadevam Paraman Nishreyasas Nishreyaya Sri Bhagavatema Bhagavatam eva paurva parya virodhena vicharyate. So that's why if you want to know about the absolute truth, parama nishreyasa nischayaya, that means what is the ultimate benefit, for the determining the ultimate benefit. So what we should do, then we have to refer Bhagavatam only. So with the paurva parya virodhena, so not having any contradiction between the previous and the later things. When you do and you derive any conclusion from the Bhagavatam, from any context, that conclusion should not be going against the previous text or the later text. Paurva parya avirodhena. That means it should not be against the previous thing or the later thing. So from any section you are deriving any. So like example, in one section you are establishing the karma mishra bhakti is the essence, and in the next section you are establishing the pure devotional service, that is the akinchana bhakti is the essence of the is a paramanischaya. That means it is the ultimate goal of the life. Then what is happening? These two different kinds of the derivations are contradicting each other. So that kind of thing should not be done. So that's it, to determine the ultimate benefit given by the Bhagavatam. So to do that, that should not, that means, so at that time, so your conclusions should not go against the previous text or the later text. Such a way you should do. So that's why sometimes you will be studying the Srimad Bhagavatam. Example, in the 11th canto, when you are studying, so you'll be seeing the and these Navayogindras, they are explaining about the Karma Mishra Bhakti. At that time, they are saying the if you practice the some gnana along with the bhakti, being it is practiced along with the gnana bhakti, so that gnana is also known as Bhagavad Dharma. So from there, if you understand, that means practicing the gnana. Practicing gnana means following some rules and regulations and thinking, I am the spirit, I am not the body. So the cultivate this kind of knowledge. So is also said there as the Bhagavad Dharma. That is actually what? Karma Mishra Bhakti. And by seeing only that section, if you say, oh, see, in this place it is said, Bhagavatam is saying that, so along with bhakti, one also should practice gnana. So if you come to that kind of conclusion, then that cannot be, that kind of things so are not correct actually, because it is going against the later later sections or otherwise previous sections. So that's why everywhere, that means you have to conclude the one thing only, that is the akinchana bhakti. Now if you see Atidi, so Aditi prayers, if you see, in Aditi prayers, she is Sakama devotee actually. She is Sakama devotee and she is praying. And her prayers are not role model actually. And you are seeing Kardama Muni, he is also praying. And he is doing devotion out of, he's a Karma Mishra Bhakti he is doing. Out of the material desire, he wants to have a good wife. For that purpose, he is worshipping the Lord. And he also says, I am a bull and I want a cow now. So like this in his commentary, so Vishwanath Chakravarti was writing. So I know this is not the highest thing, but still, my Lord, so please, so you give me this fulfill my desire, because my father wanted me to produce the children. Give me one wife to me. So this, for this purpose, he did the devotion. And if you see his prayers, that is reflecting. So from that prayers, oh, it's the Bhagavatam only is saying. And can you take those prayers conclusions as the conclusion of Bhagavatam? No, you cannot take that as a conclusion. So that's why you have to be careful actually. So while doing that means conclusions on the Bhagavatam, so you are going to speak. So you have to speak the ultimate conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why Srila Prabhupada, what he does, even in the any section, anywhere, Karma Mishra Bhakti is there, or Bhakti Mishra Karma is there, or Gnana Mishra Bhakti is there, or Bhakti Mishra Gnana is there. No point, nowhere actually. He always says that Akinchana Bhakti is the goal of the life. he will not give so many details of all this. So why? Because in the Kali Yuga, people will get more and more confusion better. So directly he will write. So Krishna, worshipping the Krishna and praying to the Krishna and selflessly. And he always, every purport is like that one, almost all. Because that is the conclusion actually. So why he is doing like that? Because, so by having the more details, because of our crooked mentality, we'll be thinking more and more here and there and this and that and speculating. And so that's why better from the day one, from the first topic, first chapter, and from the first sloka purport, write the same thing. That's Prabhupada actually, because how expertly he's preaching, that is his perfectness. Not that how expertly he is explaining the sloka actually. Explaining the sloka expertly is not the real perfection. But real perfection is how expertly you are preaching the bhakti and bhakti cult. This is the perfection actually. This kind of, so that's why we should not think or see the materialistic way. You should not think. So seeing the Vaishnava with the materialistic qualities, so seeing the some so-called that grammatical abilities and language skills, and that is not the right attitude actually. पौर्वापर्याविरोधेन विचार्यते तत्र अस्मिन् सन्दर्भषट्कात्मके ग्रन्थे सूत्रस्थानीयम् अवतारिकावाक्यं विषयवाक्यं श्रीभागवतवाक्यं. So now we have 6 sandarbhas. Sandarbha Shatkatmake Granthe. So in this Shat Sandarbha, so he is first time using the name Shat Sandarbha. He knows, that means while writing the Tattva Sandarbha itself, he is knowing that how many Sandarbhas he is going to write. Every total book is already there in his mind. And that's why. So he knows the divisions also. He is saying, Sandarbha Shatkatmake Grande. In this Sutra Sthaniyam Vakyam, there is a one Sutra and there is Sutra Sthaniyam Vakyam. Like it's like Vedanta Sutras. Shat Sandarbhas are also like the Vedanta Sutras. Like in the Vedanta Sutras, what? Sutra is there. Then that Sutra is applied in some Upanishad. What is the use of the Vedanta Sutras? Vedanta Sutras are there to understand the Upanishads. So that's why Sutra means you will be applying that Sutra to solve something or not. There is some field for the Sutra. So similarly, so what is the object for the application of Sutra? That is the statements of the Upanishad. The statements of the Upanishad are the Vishaya, yes, and the Brahma Sutra is the Sutra. That means we are applying Brahma Sutras in the Upanishad statements to understand the meanings of those statements. Similarly, here, Jiva Goswami, for every Anucheda, he is writing one line, one avatarika vakyam, introductory statement, what he wants to explain in this Anucheda. That is known as avatarika vakyam, or the introductory statement. That is known as Sutra Sthaniyam Vakyam. That means it is like Sutra. Introductory statement is like Sutra. Okay. Then next. Then what is the Vishaya Vakyam? Where you will apply this avatarika Sutra Sthaniyam Vakyam, this Sutra, in the text of the Bhagavatam. So that's why the sloka of the Bhagavatam is the Vishaya Vakyam. Okay. We'll see further tomorrow. Thank you very much. What do you want? You have a question?
So he writes in every Sandarbha few introductory statements?
Every Anucheda he writes.
Every Anucheda?
Every Anucheda he writes.
Okay. So
sometimes the same thing is continued. Then he says Tatha, Tatha cha, Tatha.
Okay. So in Tattva Sandarbhas are also there?
And it will be coming actually in the coming. Yes.
Like Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, can be taken as a sutra? It's from Bhagavatam, but can it be taken as a sutra?
No, example I will say. So now, Jiva Goswami say that Shaktehe Achintyatvam. Bhagavataha Shaktehe Achintyatvam. That means Lord Shakti is Achintya. This is one statement. This is a one sutra type actually. It's a avatarika vakya. Now that means in the coming chapters he is going to explain the Achintyatvam, the inconceivability of the Shakti. So then he is keep on writing the different slokas related to this, the Bhagavatam slokas, and explaining like this. Questions? Quickly, 2 minutes. No? Okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki.